Hello everyone, so today we'll be presenting a case study on Zara. So these are my colleagues, Erin, Harriet, Anna, and Katie. So as we know, Zara is one of the largest international fashion companies around the world. It was founded in 1975 by Amancio Ortega, and it has over 2,100 stores worldwide across 88 countries. Now, Zara is part of Inditex, which is one of the world's largest distribution groups. Other brands such as Bershka, Massimo Dutti, is also part of Inditex. Now, Zara's business model is one of the finest the fashion retail industry has ever seen, which is why it's so successful. So before we can look at Zara's business model, first we have to look into fast fashion. So fast fashion is the assumption that a customer buying stock can never wear it more than 6 to 8 times, which is why it's made in such a way that the quality tends to wither between 2 to 8 months. So within that 2 to 8 months, the company has time to change stock and the customer is back in the store purchasing again. Now, Zara's business model has a few advantages. So they quickly spot new fashion trends, which they always predict the forecast of stock requirements, which reduces discount wars during sales period. Zara's business model is a factory setup, which means their factories push out the newest products to the stores with zero customization, and products are never made to order. Now, Zara's business model is a very supply chain intensive business model. So from the first design up to the final production and ultimately distribution all takes a period within 7 days flat. Now, since the lead time is less than a week from design to door, they do not have to stock stuff and then sell. They can adapt to the weather and other conditions and change their entire collection within a week. So this means that Zara's business model can respond to immediate fashion changes and increase production and changes in weather and introduce new lines and so forth. Now, to talk about Zara's positioning, Zara classifies itself as a premium brand, which allows it to target middle-class audience, which also has competitors such as Armani Exchange, Massimo Dutti, and Mango.
Next, we're going to be talking about Zara and their promotional methods. Zara attracts many customers, which are middle-class men and women who love the latest fashion. Some of Zara's competitors are Mango, Forever 21, Uniqlo, and Gap. Zara is ever evolving in their styles and their ranges, which helps them to grow further. Forbes has reported that 77 new stores in 2015 will be opened, which shows the growth and expansion within the brand. Zara doesn't use as much social media as its competitors, as it advertises through its shop windows, but does use these platforms regularly.
So the consumer. So Zara's target market is between the ages of 18 to 40 years old. They stock clothes for both male and female and children. Zara does not have a specific age group they target specific ranges to, but they do segment their product line into women's, men's and children. Zara's customer is generally young, price conscious and highly sensitive to latest fashion trends. They usually live a fast-paced lifestyle, and Zara has an advantage over traditional retailers because they do not define their target by giving them, it gives them such a broader area to focus on rather than a specific type of person. Zara's sales tactics are aimed towards this, with a majority of their consumers looking for a quick impulse buy. Zara's business is, as mentioned, aimed at young and fashionable people. They aim this business at this particular demographic because they can create a high volume of sales. They have an advantage over many competitors with having a fast product lifetime and having the latest fashion trends before their competitors. So here you can see there's a pie chart comparison with one of Zara's main competitors, H&M. As you can see, both companies' predominant business is women's wear. However, due to Zara's innovative designs and forward thinking, they're able to grow their other departments more so than their competitors.
So next, to critically evaluate the consumers of Zara, we've used the foot cone evaluating model. So as you can see here, there's different involvements, low involvement and high involvement, and the way people think and feel. So we've classed Zara in the second category, feel, think, do, because people who buy clothes still have a high involvement in buying their clothes because it's psychological and it's what they enjoy. However, they don't think about it as much as they do when they're buying, for example, cars or about loans and stuff like that. Therefore, we think that consumers for Zara feel, think, then they do. Also, like Harriet said previously, they look after their shop a lot, as Anna will tell you.
Okay, so basically the shop is their main advertising tool. Here we're overtaking an analysis of the store image, so we're starting with the visual. So basically the proportion between the spaces of selling and no selling in Zara stores are quite similar to luxury brands because they do have a big space which is not selling, which gives kind of like an idea of like an open space, luxurious, very bright, as we can see by the lighting. So the lighting are used in like a bright way for two reasons. The first one is that basically bright lights are used to highlight the vivid colors of the clothes. And second of all, because bright lights is show that basically they increase the harassment of the customers, but at the same time they decrease the pleasure. So basically this is what Zara wants. It wants customer to get in, buy as much as they can, and then kind of leave. So this kind of like fast shopping experience. Also, there's still like this luxury brand approach for the style, where like how they basically like build the store. Furthermore, into the visual, the store is designed basically from like the entry. We get the most expensive products, which are Zara Woman, and going further until the back, we go until the less expensive products that are, for example, TRF, which is kind of like the youngster brand. Also, the interior design of the shop is quite plain and neutral, which is used to contrast with the colorful clothes design, so to make them like pop up. And also, the clothes are organized following color coordination, so it gives a more elegant attire to the shops.
Zara doesn't only use visual though to target their consumers, they also use things as in the auditory, so they use upbeat pop songs, all the latest hits, for example, especially Rihanna, and also they always make sure that their music is high volume. The higher the volume and the fact that the songs are upbeat make customers come in and leave quicker because it's a fast-paced environment. Also, they use their scent, so they have a special signature scent that they diffuse in store with a scent diffuser. So when you walk into Zara, you get Zara's scent. Next, we have used the marketing mix in order to better understand the 4 Ps of Zara. So first we've got product. So like we said before, Zara has new trends, they imitate high fashion styles and they're fast fashion. They change their fashion constantly and more precisely every 2 weeks. Their price, so it's still fashionable, but they have affordable clothes. They even have different ranges, like Anna said. So they have Zara Woman, which is more expensive, between usually over $50. Then we've got Zara Basics, which is between $30 and $50. And then finally Zara TFR, which is usually under $30. Places, so like we said before, they have many stores that are located well around the world, over 2,000. They've recently opened 77 new stores since 2005, and they make sure their stores are in top locations. For example, London will have many Zara stores, and so will other big cities. Promotion, so like we said before, they don't really use advertising very much. They only really use their store as a marketing tool, and also they're quite present on social media, like Anna will tell you next.
So as Katie just said, the main promotion tools are the shops and social media. For what regards their shop, the main thing that they use is the windows. So basically they pay a lot of attention to it. They always highly fashionable, highly well designed. They're always very eye-catching and attractive. This is due to the fact that, as we said, they're like the main tool, and also because the way they concept their windows is that they change their windows every 2 weeks with the new products. And basically what they want from customers is for customers to walk past, get their eye catched by one of the designs that are showed, get inside, find it and buy it. The way they do this is also because they tend to underproduce and understock the designs, and they tend to change, as we said, the collection pretty quickly because it's about 2 weeks. So basically, what they want is for a customer maybe to, if he walk past and doesn't get in to buy what he saw, what they think is that when they will come back and not find the product, they will feel this kind of like luxury and exclusivity of the product, which gives like this sense of like luxury that Zara kind of aims for. So yeah, basically that is like their main advertising tool, and it really works because Zara has this kind of like sense of like exclusivity and like luxury, although it's like fast fashion. Furthermore, into social media, Zara is quite present on Twitter and Facebook. As we can see here, the followers that Zara has on Twitter are basically the double of their competitors, which is 1 million, while the competitors are under 500,000. And for Facebook, they've got 25 million followers, while the competitors have basically 1/3 of the followers. So the presence on the social media is really good, but as Harriet said, they don't use it as advertisement tool, but kind of like to like state their presence, but with like a low-key kind of attitude.
So next we're going to do a strengths and weakness analysis. So first of all, like we said, they have worldwide stores with top locations.
Also, as I said, they've got new collections every 2 weeks.
Their market share, so we had a look at their market share quickly for women, and it's 1.1 worldwide compared to H&M that has 1.5, Mango 0.2, and Gap that only has 0.4. So their market share is pretty high for Zara, although H&M is still their main competitor. On top of that, their sales have gone up over the past years, 15% more precisely, and they sold over 15.5 billion. They made over 15.5 billion over the past year, which is good for them, and they've also been stealing customers off of their main competitors such as Gap, Dorothy Perkins, Topshop and Primark.
And as I stated before, they've got a very good social presence, social media.
However, they still have weaknesses.
So the weaknesses are that, for example, the online sales count for only 3% of overall sales, which is a number that is quite lower compared to its competitors. Also,
their advertising strategy is working perfectly for them at the moment, but we believe that going forward it may not work as well because people remember long-term memories, and advertising does that. For example, Coca-Cola is a big brand, but they still advertise to keep that long-term memory, and what they're doing is only short-term memory, doing things to do with the windows in their shop.
Also, for what it regards the online shopping experience, so Zara has a problem with the website because the website is quite difficult to navigate in, and because it's not quite clear. Second of all, for the return policy, because online is you can find a lot of complaints about the return policy because apparently they're not able to return within 30 days and they're not even able to refund within 15 days. So a lot of people are complaining about it, which gives bad reputation, as well as the customer service online, which apparently is really bad because basically in the customer service they are very low with the deliveries, although they might pay for like next day delivery. So, and they're not very able to deal with customer complaints.
They've also had bad publicity because they state that they save all their money for fast fashion to design the clothes and stuff. But actually what we found is that in Syria there are children working in factories that are underpaid for Zara's brand, including many other brands that have done the same thing. So our recommendations are, we believe that going forward they should use more traditional advertising, even small ones like billboards, stuff like that.
Also, they should improve the online experience in order to deal with the customer complaints and in order to not get any more customer complaints. And also, the website really needs to be sorted out because it's really not clear, which it makes difficult to do the online sales. So it doesn't surprise that it's just 3%.
Furthermore, they don't use celebrity endorsement and they don't really use any product placement or anything like that. And we believe that, for example, their competitors H&M use celebrity endorsement, so that would help them to gain market share above H&M.
Also, they should involve customer on a social level, so they should create a platform. It's an example that brands such as Urban Outfitters did. So there are platforms where customers from Zara can, customers from, for example, Urban Outfitters can socialize in, and it actually creates a great level of customer loyalty. So it will be good for a brand which is used to fast fashion because it's good. Customer loyalty is good. So.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.